Good morning, good morning. Let's talk about Tron going to $1. When's it going to happen? Do I think it's going to happen? Not investment advice. My channel is just for entertainment. Consider it satire. But I believe that we could see Tron going to $1. And I'm going to talk to you about why. So just a minute, trying to give I'm going to talk to you about why I believe that's possible. Chad, hello, hello. Mind of Tron. Hey man, how's it going? How's it going? We're going to be talking about Tron this morning. We'll be getting started here momentarily. I am like so bullish on Tron right now. It's ridiculous. Hello, hi Alpha. How's it going? Welcome. Do me a favor, fellas, ladies, if you're here, smash that like button. I'm not afraid to beg for the like. Smash that like button. I think Tron, for the most part, unless you're already in the Tron dApp space, man, I think people are. Thank you, Mind of Tron. Appreciate you, buddy. I think people are, unless you're already familiar with Tron and you're already in this dApp space, people are asleep on it. And I think it's almost this interesting thing that happens. And I'm gonna make this has to do with why I think people are about to start waking up to Tron. And let me explain what I'm saying. If you're in the dApp space, if you're in cryptocurrencies and you're aware of dApps, you've already investigated them, you're in a couple of groups, you may have already investigated dApps and you decided that, you know what they are, maybe you dabbled with them, you got burned, you saw some platforms scam out or just not run well or just stall out, and you thought, yeah, you know what, that's interesting, but there's nothing there, and you're not looking back at dApps anymore, or you got on the Justin Sun hype train for a little while. You followed him. You might have bought some Tron. Maybe it went up. Maybe it went down. And you liked it. It went up to the top 10. I think it went up to the top 9, maybe top 8 at one point. And so you saw that happen. And then maybe you moved on. People in crypto have such a short, the current crypto investor has such a short attention span that people have moved on. And you've almost gotten numb at this point to anything. Any talk about a dApp, you've kind of gotten numb to. Any talk about, Justin Sun making an announcement, you've kind of gotten numb to. But I think that as Tron continues to develop, and it is developing, I think that people are going to start to wake up. And I think this, let's just go over some of the news that's come out in the past month. That's not it. Here, this BitTorrent file system, I think this is going to be huge for Tron. And I think it's going to introduce so many people to Tron that aren't even aware of it right now. And it's the perfect target demographic. I gotta, if you understand anything about marketing, then what you understand is, for example, when a company buys, when a company buys an ad, on, say, a TV show, they know that if their product appeals to like a 20-year-old demographic, a male 20-year-old demographic. The easiest is cartoons, kids' cartoons. There's a reason kids' cartoons always have commercials for toys, because they know that the kids, are watching cartoons. That's the demographic watching cartoons. So the demographic that's going to want the toy is going to be the kids. So they advertise the kids' toys in front of cartoons, or the kids' cereals in front of cartoons. So if you understand that, Yibo, welcome. If you understand that, then in my opinion, this might just be the ultimate chess move for Tron. And when I say for Tron, because obviously, the BTT token is all part of the Tron ecosystem. But this might be the ultimate chess move, because people are going to, the demographic for crypto right now is predominantly overwhelming 20 to 30-year-old males. Well, I'm willing to bet you the BitTorrent demographic is identical. Again, this is an investment advice. This is my opinion. I'm excited about this stuff. I talk about it. Don't ever take a flippin' YouTuber as financial advice. Go do your own research. But go research what I'm talking about. Let it be the starting point, and you can agree or disagree. Exactly, Mind of Tron. They're going to be putting, Mind of Tron says they're putting Tron in the face of new users. That's exactly right. And new crypto users. This is the demographic that adopts crypto the fastest. And some of them have not even, outside of just hearing of Bitcoin, they've never owned a cryptocurrency. And so, could you imagine their first introduction, their first onboarding, if you will, the first cryptocurrency they're like, I want to buy that, is going to be something in the Tron ecosystem. Now, that's incredible. That's incredible. And so, I think I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the video when I think we could see Tron hit $1, and it's just speculation. I don't know, but I feel about more than 50% certain that we're going to hit $1 in a certain time frame. And I'll talk about that here in a moment. I'll tell you why I think that's going to be the case. Let's keep going. Justin Sun tweets something amazing. Here's the thing. June 1st, that comes today. People are talking about it could be nothing. You know, Justin Sun gets a lot of flack for being a self-promoter, and he'll use an opportunity to promote anything. But there's a reason that the price jumped 12%. It's because it's Justin Sun. You don't know what the guy's gonna do. He's brilliant at self-promotion and Tron promotion. And if you're in Tron, I love it when I see people like, I like Tron, but I don't like Justin Sun. That is ridiculous. How can you not like Justin Sun, but you love Tron? The reason Tron is what it is because of Justin Sun. I mean, the guy, listen, this guy is going to go from zero to hero one way or another. He may go from hero to zero. He finishes up all or nothing. And that's kind of who he is. I mean, he goes for broke in a lot of ways. And in the cryptocurrency space, if it's someone who's following a true developmental path, which he clearly is, I think that's what you want. You want someone who's going to act fast, who's going to be young, who's going to be, you know, somewhat of a risk taker, who's not willing to jump out on a limb. I think that's exactly what you want. Avocados are the future. I think that's what you want. Someone like a Justin Sun. But he's a promoter, he's a self-promoter. That's no, look, I don't have any problems with that. None. I think that's awesome. And because when he does promote, you never know if he's promoting something huge or if he's gonna announce, you know, an Instagram contest. You never know. What was it? This, I want to talk about this. Tron TRX launching privacy features on testnet. This is huge, but I don't think it's huge for the same reason that everyone else thinks it's huge. Okay, so I know I'm talking about Tron going to $1, but let me just put out my moment of FUD here. I do not see Tron being like, Tron's use case is not as a currency. I don't think anything could change in the future. Who knows? But its primary use case is not as a currency. And so therefore, I really love the privacy feature. As a currency, like Bitcoin, people wanting to use Monero, I love the idea of privacy. I don't think privacy gets launched. I mean, I think privacy coins run into a lot of headwinds with regulators before they, you know, I think listen, privacy coins will be huge when there's a revolution and economic revolution, and people don't care about regulators. That's when privacy coins are going to be huge. But I don't think privacy coins, as a general rule, are going to ever go mainstream unless they can somehow. Let me just put it this way: they've got a lot of regulatory headwinds. However, in the dApp space, as a dApp project, I think privacy features are incredibly important. Because I think it's okay in a dApp context that you don't, I think having some privacy about transactions, what's going on. I'm going to show you a dApp in a minute that, you know, it's kind of cool because it's really transparent, but it would also be cool if it wasn't so transparent. And that's, sorry, hopefully you all are able to, I hope my stream's doing good. My stream help is looking a little slack. What's going on? But I'm just reading, you're following me and don't buy more Tron. I'm not trying to get you to buy more Tron, well miner, but the facts are where they are. Sorry, my phone's where I was watching the chat is going funky. Okay, so but privacy features on dApps I think is a good thing. You don't need to know what every player in a dApp is necessarily doing. I think that's so I think certain privacy features are going to be awesome. I think the fact they're launching these privacy features on a project who I think their greatest strength is in the dApp space. I'm super bullish on it. Don't get me wrong. I like privacy features on Bitcoin and all that stuff too. I just think the regulatory headwinds are going to be challenging and people don't think about that. Also, Opera Team adds Tron, teams up with Tron. The browser adds TRX to its list of supported coins. That's just further mass adoption. That's all positive news. So this is all the stuff that's going on right now. I want to talk about, I'm going to show you a dApp that's totally transparent in a moment so you can see what I'm talking about on the privacy features. But here's the thing. When do I think this is going to hit $2? I'm sorry, $1. I think we're going to see $1 within 18 months to 2 years. That's just my guess. And I'm an amateur. What the hell do I know? But I think we may see $1. And here's why. I think we have a strong likelihood. There's a couple reasons. I think we have a very strong likelihood. Sorry, I can't see the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go back and look at it. I think we have a very strong likelihood of seeing a Bitcoin bear market within the next 18 months to 2 years. Now, I think we'll see a better likelihood within 5 years. And personally, I'm okay with a 5-year timeline because I am trying to collect all I can. I don't have as much of a microwave mentality as the rest of the crypto space investors tend to. Doesn't mean that I don't want results fast, but I'm expecting this to be huge, and it's going to be huge one day. And so I want as much crypto as I can before it skyrockets off again to 20,000, 50,000, on track to $1 million of Bitcoin, which I think is where it's going. However, I think there's a strong likelihood we're going to see there's a good possibility we're going to see a good bull run. At the very least, will it overtake 20,000? Will it see new highs? I don't know. But most altcoins piggyback on Bitcoin on the bigger trend. With that being said, when you include things like what BTT and you include the news that's going on with Tron and you include no telling what Justin Sun, self-promoting marketing genius, is going to come up with in the next 18 months, and you talk about that development occurring on top of possibly a larger cryptocurrency pop upward, then I think that we could very well see Tron at $1. I think that could be possible. 50 cents to $1 in the next 18 months. And you know, who knows what happens in the cryptocurrency space. I mean, we may see a raging bull market, new all-time high in 18 months. I don't know. I think it's more likely within the next 5 years to 10 years that we're going to see. I mean, I think within 5 or 10 years we may end up seeing like when I say catastrophic, I mean positive, like explosive moves in the cryptocurrency market. But we'll have to wait and see. All of us want to see big moves in the market ultimately, obviously. That's why we're here. That's why we're in this space. I want to talk to you about Blaze, and I'm going to show you something about their transparent. Holy crap! Oh my goodness! It just popped back up. That's like instant money. That's like instant money. Oh my goodness! When it goes that low, like you can almost make guaranteed profits. I'll tell you why. You buy it at this price. It almost every day goes over one once or twice, which that's like if you sell at 1, it's like a 4% gain. Oh my goodness! And yesterday it went as high as 1.1, so that would have been like a 14% gain. Oh my goodness! Sorry, I didn't expect that. I want to talk to you about just to take a look. I'm going to show you where privacy features could come in handy here, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it not being private on this dApp per se. That's one of the things I kind of like about it, that it is so transparent. But I can see times when privacy would be good. And truthfully, there's some things you can do to still kind of shield somewhat of what you're doing, even though there's a very strong, transparent platform here. So, guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed, almost guaranteed. Yep, that's right. Kind of an oxymoron. It's guaranteed if you sell above 1, and you get plenty of chances to sell above 1. So if you sold it right now, it wouldn't. But if you hold it throughout the next 12 hours, you're probably going to see a 1. So let me quickly see what's going on over here. All right. So here, this is fascinating. You come over here under statistics. You can like literally click on almost any one of these people, and you can see what they got going on. This is me holding points right now. I'll explain the point thing and all that later in a minute. But you can come over here. You can click on anyone. I don't know who this person is. You can see how many bets they've made. You can see, the bet amounts. Now that's the amount that's like wagered amount, not lost amount. He's wagered that much, 2 million Tron on the machine. And I'll explain what the machine is later. This is the number of king bets he's made, the amount in king bets, his average luck, Buy amount means how many points he's bought. Withdrawn, so withdrawn amount, you can get some idea that he's withdrawn more than he's made in machine bets, which that includes dividends too, I believe. And look at his dividends, 73,000 Tron in dividends. These dividends are the most consistent dividends I've seen. That's awesome. And his net profit, he's lost 18,000 Tron somewhere. So this is what is this? They have a promotion going this weekend. So we're gonna see some. They just doubled the divs over here, by the way, which is kind of crazy. So you can see a lot of you can see a lot about a player over here, and you can watch them, and you can see when they make bets. You can go look at their bets. These are my last bets. Weren't very good. I was getting slaughtered. It doesn't matter. This DApp is amazing, and I actually think a DApp like Blaze or this type of development happening on the Tron network is going to be amazing because it's not just a lose platform. You don't mind to lose. You literally, it's like Texas Hold'em in the way of if you're a good Texas Hold'em poker player, even though most people lose money at Texas Hold'em, if you have a good strategy, you literally can win money or win Tron at Blaze. And that's the thing right now. They have this. They've doubled the dividends, which is awesome already. Let me see. What are the dividends right now? Oh, 498 Tron on my 2,000 Blaze. And that's actually a low dividend day. It was yesterday. We had 12. No, I had 800, I think, day before yesterday. And then day before that, I had just over 1,000 Tron. And they just doubled the divs. So tomorrow, even this low day, I should see 1,000 Tron. They just doubled the divs, which is awesome. So this is a perfect example of a platform that, privacy could be nice. Not everybody wants to see. Tron can't go to $1. That's like the guy saying Bitcoin can't go to $1 million. Sorry, number things. Not listening to that nonsense. But this is an example. Not everybody wants you to know what they're doing. Now you don't have to be well known. You can operate out of 2 different wallets, the whole 9 yards. But this is even a platform that if privacy features were in place, it would be nice. Not everybody wants people to know, exactly how much they're earning, they're winning or losing. Tron said it can go to $10. Yeah, I guess it can go to $10, but the overall market's got to go up substantially. So just so you understand what's going on, a lot of people aren't understanding what's happening with Blaze. And I've got a link in the description, a referral link down in the description. And basically all that means is for every, I think, 100 Blaze you earn, I get 2. So it's not even a big referral thing, but every little bit it helps, I guess. This is amazing, though, because the way you make Tron, the way you earn Tron in Blaze, there's a couple of methods, but the basic method is you bet. You bet over here, and when you make a bet, you roll. And it's similar to a dice game, but it's not just a win or lose. So in dice games, you pick percentages, and you have a predetermined percent. You want a 50-50 shot of winning, then you're going to basically lose 1, possibly gain 2, right? You bet 1 to win 2. You bet 1 to win 1, which is 2, or you bet 1 and you lose it, which is 0. So that's how a typical dice game would work, and you can move that right up and down, and you got people auto mining. See, this is another reason why this ecosystem is so good and why the divs are so strong. There's no way to auto mine it, none, and you got to play it and trade it, which is also why I think that there's a lot of opportunity to actually earn Tron. Right now, you literally, based off sheer statistics, you can literally earn Tron right now based off this price point at this very second. And nobody's even doing anything about it. And it's partially because the player pool is small. This morning, let's see, where was I at? Let's see if I can find me. You'll see where I was buying it at this morning. Oh, it's already off here. I don't know if there's a way to, is there a way to scroll that down? I don't think so. So this morning, I was buying, I want to say it was 0.82, I think is where it was at the lowest. Is this it? There's 0.89. Okay, maybe it's 0.89. At 0.89, no, it was lower than that because it was below 0.85. So at 0.82, you're able to buy at a 10% fee, basically. You buy it at 10%. See, here's how buying works. Let's just read this. While the gamblers can enjoy betting for points, traders can take advantage of predicting future exchange rate movement. Now, this part right here, the first time I read it, when I first came to this website, I thought, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't predict nothing. And that's kind of why I'm not a in and out trader in most markets. So even though I have messed with it, for the most part, I don't like day trade. And this is why, because I know what the odds are for most day traders. So when I first saw predicting future exchange movement, I was like, yeah, but nobody cares. Like, I don't care about that. However, what I learned is the exchange movement is almost predictable. It's so cyclical, meaning it cycles several times in a day. Almost guaranteed. It cycles over one. I haven't seen it not cycle over one in a day yet. And typically it will cycle over one. I mean, I got a sale in yesterday at 1.19, which is a huge gain. It cycles over one, sometimes 6-7 times in a day, just depending on how much movement is playing. And I'll stick with me. I'll show you that. If you've ever wanted a DApp that you're tired of losing money on, this could be it. This absolutely could be it. So while gamblers can enjoy betting for points, traders can take advantage of predicting future exchange rate movement. You can buy points anytime at a slightly higher exchange rate than the current. Unlike betting, you know how many points you will earn beforehand. The general strategy is to purchase points when the exchange rate falls below average. Unlike in gambling, where the exchange rate can go up or down, buying points will always cause the exchange rate to rise. You can buy up to your last bet amount. So for example, if your last roll was for 1,000, you can only buy up to 1,000 TRX on your next purchase. No matter the size of your buy, you will need to roll an additional time before buying a second time, meaning you cannot buy twice in a row. The maximum buy amount allows per transaction is 5,000 Tron. Now, that's important. The reason that's in place is to keep the volatility in the market. So here's what I did this morning. I came over here and I had some bad rolls, but I came over here. Normally, I'll put in like 200 because I want the odds to go in my favor. I rolled. I only have 93 Tron here right now because I got points that I've got to sell. So I roll, and then I come down here. You hit max, whatever your max last roll was, you can buy. And notice that you're buying at an advantage. You're getting, normally a 100 Tron buy would get you at one. 100 Tron buy would get you 100,000 points, which at a rate of 1, those 100,000 points get sold for 100 Tron. So right now you can spend 100 Tron knowing that the price is most likely in the next 12 hours to cross 1, and you're going to make 3%. Not 1% a day, not 1.5% a day, not 3% on a withdrawal contract that's a Ponzi scheme that ultimately will fail. No, we're talking about something that is sustainable to last. And the best part is you're earning flipping tokens, Blaze tokens. And these tokens on KiwiDex right now are solid. KiwiDex has had their own share of issues, but the price is solid. So the price is solid. I was shocked when I saw the price yesterday. I don't know what it is today. There it is. 14. It's 20. It's been 14.8 to 18.9. So the price has been pretty solid, and that's been consistent since I've been in Blaze. So the price is solid. The dividends are consistent, and they just double the dividends. And I'll explain how they double the dividends here in a second. The general game is basically Blaze Machine. And so for every, let's look at this. How the game works. Players bet TRX on a roll that generates a lucky number, 0 to 99. That's actually 0 to 95 now, I believe. That's how they double the divs. I think it's 0 to 95. Players earn Blaze based on the lucky number they roll, which can be later converted back to Tron based off the exchange rate. Let me read that again, because this isn't always super clear. It wasn't clear to me the first time I came here. But players bet TRX on a roll that generates a lucky number. So the way the lucky number works is if you roll 50 and you bet, 1,000 Tron, you're going to get 1 million points, which just dropped the last 3 zeros. 1 million points at a rate of 1 will be sold for 1,000 Tron. So if you roll a 50, you're going to get and you bet 1,000 Tron, you're going to get 1,000 Tron worth of points. But if you roll like 75, you're going to get like, probably 1,500 Tron worth of points. If you roll a 25, then what's that? I think it goes down by half again. So you're, instead of getting 1,000 Tron worth of points and you roll a 25, you're probably going to get, what, 250? I think that's right, 250 or somewhere around there. You'll get 250 Tron worth of points. So it's a sliding scale. It's not all or nothing, which is kind of good. It's really bad for martingaling. I watch guys do it. I did it. I lost a boatload trying to martingale, and I actually didn't realize that the game could be profitable without the dividends. Now, I will admit, I'm going to say this, and this is not popular. The dividend increase is good for Blaze tokens and it's good for dividends, but that's irrelevant. Exchange rate crossed below. Okay. By the way, they got these alerts that go off too, which is awesome with the Telegram alert change, which is awesome. Bubbles, you're rolling good. The chats over here is really good. If you got any questions, this is one of the friendliest chats in the ecosystem. Like right here, about to do a live video on YouTube talking about TRX, but then we'll talk about Blaze, which is what I'm doing now. That was me. But it's one of the friendliest chat groups there is. So here's the thing. Here's a strategy. Roll small, roll often. So that way the odds, you need to get a bunch of rolls in to get the odds in your favor. I recommend rolling at about 200 or not much lower because you get energy burn. If you don't know what energy burn is, just know you save. You save. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Let me see what you guys are saying. What do I think about PokerTron? That's good. I'll get to that. PokerTron still hasn't paid out divs on stage 5, maybe another 3 or 4 weeks. Yep. I'll get to that. I'll talk about PokerTron. I'm glad you brought that up. So, let me just cover the basic strategy for Blaze so you can understand, like, how is it you can earn Tron? Let me back up. Sorry. The 5%, they went from, I think, a 3% fee to a 5% fee, and a small part of that goes to devs. It's a small part of it. The overwhelming majority of the 5% fee goes to dividends. My only issue with that is it's harder to earn Tron from the, it's a little bit harder to be Tron positive. You got to overcome that 5% edge instead of a 3% edge. It's still probably going to be possible. I mean, look, let me just show you something. Let's just come down to statistics. The boss. This guy is up. His net profit, excluding the game Kings, which is just a gambling game. Excluding this game, he's up 500,000 Tron. This thing isn't even 2 months old. Starry, he's up 100,000 Tron. And to this guy's credit, I mean, I've watched his, I mean, he is exploded. His stacks exploded. Rackball's another one. Rackball's up to 77,000 Tron. You're talking about just within a couple of months. Where's Tron Prince at? He's down 77,000. Where's Bubbles at? Down 43,000, which Bubbles was down 100,000. I saw he said that. I'm not sure who this guy is. Down 57,000. Down 4,000. Let's see if there's a smaller player in here. Let me see. It's down 19,000. Down 6,000. See, just like in Texas Hold'em, most people are going to be losers. Down 3,000. Down 52,000. What's Tron King doing? Probably martingaling. That's how you'll lose the most, is martingaling. Let me see, where am I? I should be down like 30,000. Let me see. 23,000. See, I've made some back. By the way, look at the dividends here. 4,000 in divs. I don't even think I've been in Blaze for 2 weeks yet, and I got 4,000 in divs. And now I'm getting close to about almost $1,000 a day. We may see $1,000 days now with the double divs. So here's the basic strategy. Bet small, bet often, get a bunch of rolls in. When you get your rolls in, hold your points and sell over 1. That's the basics. Now I'll go a little bit more advanced with that in a minute, I'll go a little bit more advanced with that in a moment. But if you roll, if you roll and then sell above probably 1.05 now to overcome the 5% edge, you're going to break even at 1.05. Everything above that's going to be in the profits. Is it possible to sell over 1.05 daily? Will you get a chance to do that every day? I think I can't say yes on that for certain, but I think so. I'm going to explain why this rate goes up in a moment. The main reason you see the rate go choppy like this right here, right in here, the main reason you see that is because people are rolling. So every green causes the market to go up. Every red pushes the market down. That's where volatility comes from. That's why even when you buy points, you want to make certain that you're rolling. You have to roll, and that's why they want to keep the volatility there. So otherwise, there would not be as much volatility in the market. So here's what you do when you buy points. Like right now, if you wanted to buy, the market is at 0.903. To buy, it's going to cost you 0.96. So you're buying basically, which means 100 Tron is going to get you 104,000 points. But if you sold those 104,000 points right this moment, you're only going to redeem them at 0.903, even though it's costing you 0.96. But you're not going to sell them at this moment. Nobody buys and sells instantly. You're going to wait till it's over 1. You're going to wait till you get that telegram alert that tells you it's over 1, and you're going to sell. And you're going to make 4% right there. Actually, probably closer to 5%. But you're going to make 4 to 5% right there on that sale. So you don't care that you're buying at a when the market drops. I like to buy as long as this rate is below 1, and I've got Tron sitting over here. I'm going to roll, buy, roll, buy. This morning I woke up and saw that it was Cryptotab told me, he hit me up on Discord and said, hey, the rate's really low. And I couldn't believe it. I thought it was too good to be true. I mean, this rate was like 0.82. I'm like, get out of here. At 0.9, I would, basically be in the money. However, I had a bunch of bad rolls, by the way. So if I sold right now, I'm going to get 6,700 Tron. But if I sell at 1, I'm going to get 7,400 Tron. And of course, if I sell over 1, then I'm going to make higher than this. That's what I would earn in Tron. I'll make higher than that if I sell over 1. This morning, by the way, I had some bad luck. Take a look. Look at my rolls. All the reds, I was betting high. All the reds, they hurt me. That's okay though, because it goes the other way as well. There's times when there's a bunch of greens. It's just like poker. If you know how to play Texas Hold'em, just because you know how to play and you're a net positive player, there are sessions when you lose money as a Texas Hold'em poker player. This is no different. If you play the odds, you should win. Now, when you have points, like I'm sitting on all these points right here, this is important to know. Once you've earned Blaze points, the next step is to exchange your points back to TRX. The amount of TRX you will get when exchanging is dependent on the current exchange rate. You will earn more if the current exchange rate is higher and less if it is lower. An important feature of the Blaze economy is giving you the option to wait for a favorable exchange rate before converting back to TRX. This gives you many profitable scenarios throughout the day, including the ability to manage the random number generator risk as a trader. You can sell all your points at once or sell in increments. I normally sell all at once. So here's what's going to happen. When I first read that the first time, I didn't get it. I thought this was a normal buy and sell type thing. It's not. Most of this volatility is created by what people are rolling, not by points in circulation. The less points, meaning when people roll, like I got points right now, the less points in circulation, the more the market will move on a specific bet. So right now, total points in the economy is 170,000. If this was 30,000, a 1,000 Tron bet will cause it to spike really hard. If it's 500,000 points in circulation, then a 1,000 Tron bet wouldn't cause the price to go up or down as hard. That's the biggest key. Now, when you buy, you technically cause the market to go up a little bit, but when you sell, it doesn't do anything. And the reason that the market goes up a little bit when you buy, if I understand properly, is because you're adding points to the economy. You're adding points to the economy without changing the TRX. Now, The difference between these two is how they come up with the rate. All these people have points. Once you have points, you have 12 hours to sell them. So right now I have 3 hours and 38 minutes to sell my points. If you don't sell your points, they automatically get sold for you at a 10% fee basically. So you don't want the timer to run out. You want to make sure you sell your points. So in my case, I'm hoping the price goes up, you know, a good chunk. Even at 0.95 and higher, I'll probably, my rule of thumb is, you know, just get to 1 if at all possible. If it's if I only have, you know, like 3 hours or less, just get to 1. That's my rule of thumb. If it's early, I'll try to hold out for like a 1.1 or even a 1.08 because I'm trying to make profit long term. That's the goal. 1.07. I don't have to get greedy. 1.06 if I can get a sell. A sell through in that time period, then I'll do it. I'll just come over here, hit max, and hit sell. That's what I do. But here, when people are forced to sell their points, it creates more volatility. Here's the boss. He's got 9 million points basically. And I'm sitting on 7,445 million. 7,445,000. It just means there's another 3 zeros. And I got 3 hours to sell them. All right. I wonder if that's clear to you all. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna open up. Let's push the rate down. Long live the king. Oh, I need to talk about kings. All right, I'll talk about kings real quick. Then I'll come over here. Let me see. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right. Smash that like button. What do you think about poker? Okay. Let's talk about kings. And here's another thing. There's another game coming out that's gonna be a PvP with RPG type elements and a leveling system. The whole purpose in Kings, really truly to the ecosystem, is to push the rate up. Every single person who plays Kings, it pushes the rate up. And that's the advantage of Kings. Anyone who plays Kings, they can't. The only way the rate goes down is basically on machine. When people roll low on machine. So the way Kings works is you bet 100 Tron. Let me come over here. This is going to be easier to show you. So Gotti, who tries to rule the throne all the time. The biggest reason to play Kings is you have a gambling bone in your body. That's the biggest reason to play. I don't think it's a smart move outside of the fact that you can earn a lot of blaze playing Kings. And there's a strategy to that too. But the way you play Kings is you bet 1,000 Tron. If you get the throne, is a 50-50 shot you're going to get it. And you can see down here, it basically rolls 0 to 400. Over 200, you're in. Below, you don't get it. So it's 1,000 Tron wager, and if you get it, then you're going to get 750 Tron back. So it costs you 250 Tron. The entire time you're sitting on the throne, you're earning the Blaze token. It's the most passive way to get Blaze. Obviously, the higher the throne, the bigger the throne. If you're all the way on gold, you're earning it a lot faster. And someone is always earning Blaze 24/7, 365 at this very slow rate. So people compete for the throne all the time. If I challenge Gotti right now and I spend 1,000 Tron and I roll below 200, then like Gotti challenged Hellblazer here. He rolled below 200, obviously. So what that does is it puts, of my 1,000 Tron, 750 is going to go here for Gotti, and 250 goes towards the dividends pool, and I lose 1,000. You can challenge as much as you want, and that's where it can get you. It's a 50-50 shot, but we all know you can lose 4, 5, 6 times in a row, and it can cost a lot of Tron. But it's really good for divs, and it's really good for the rate. People will oftentimes. Last night I played for the sole purpose of I was running out of time. The rate was like 0.96 something or 0.958 or something, and I played silver, and I think I ended up selling at 0.97 because it pushed the rate up. It was a risk on my part. It was a gamble, but you'll see some of the bigger players what they'll try to do. It's really hard. There's really no way for a whale, even though you see people say, people claim that whales can manipulate this game. It's not really. I mean, they can cause volatility where you and I might not can. They can cause a lot of volatility because they're moving a lot. But they can't truly manipulate. It's a RNG on the machine. The closest thing they can do is what the boss did. I saw him do the other day. It was getting time for him to sell. He was literally had 15 minutes to sell, and he came over here and he played all 4 of them until he got the throne to try to get the price up. And the boss plays a lot anyway. He doesn't mind. And he oftentimes sits on the throne for a long time, especially gold. So when he pushed the rate up a little bit, then he tried to sell basically. And that's an advantage. That's might be an advantage. But to be honest with you, I think Blaze is a net loser on TRX value. I know it is because it costs 25% of the wager. So that means there's a 25% house edge. That's huge against you. But listen, I took gold one time and I got challenged several times. I walked away with 15,000 Tron. So that's why people do it. You can get some big paydays as well on some occasions. And the Blaze, you earn really good Blaze. So here's a strategy. The only way that Blaze Kings make sense is if you can sit on the throne for a long time. So at times when you can tell that there's not a lot of people around, when there's not a lot of people chatting, late at night, early mornings, that's the time to try to challenge. That's one strategy. The other strategy is challenge for the bigger thrones. If it's not going to hurt your bankroll and you want to gamble a little bit because it is gambling, challenge the bigger thrones because if you get them, they get challenged a lot less. Watch, for example. Look at iron, 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 iron. Bronze, iron, iron. Silver, gold, silver, bronze, iron, iron. Bronze, bronze, iron. Bronze, iron, 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 iron. See, now gold got attacked a lot here. But most of the time, iron and bronze, the 2 small ones, get played most often. So only if you have the bankroll, only if you're willing to risk it on an essential coin flip, only because nothing sucks more than you going for a throne 3 times, going for this throne 3 times. You get it the very first time you get challenged, you lose it, and you didn't even get a chance to earn very much Blaze, and you didn't get a chance to earn back any of your Tron. So, but the cool thing about Blaze, when you see the rate going up like this right here, kind of steady, that's because people were playing kings, and so it adds upward pressure. The very next game coming out is supposed to, if I understand right, it's supposed to also add upward pressure to the rate, which is awesome because that means that means that the 5% fee is going to matter a lot less because you're going to have a lot more chances to sell at a little bit higher. I mean, I'm telling you, I have never seen a Tron dApp where you can potentially mine the tokens for free or even earn Tron and mine the tokens. I've never seen it yet. No one's created that yet in this ecosystem. And almost every dApp out there, except for the couple that have almost pulled off multiplayer Texas Hold'em, but even Texas Hold'em, it's far harder to master Texas Hold'em than it is this game Blaze. Listen, I'm about to throw something crazy out there, and then I'm going to talk about PokerTron in a minute. I'm about to throw something absolutely crazy out there. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Yeah, I did win a jackpot Alpha 1. Thanks. I didn't talk about the jackpot. The jackpot's interesting. I won the gold jackpot. I guess I got lucky on Kings, if I'm going to be honest, but it hurts when it hurts bad. So the jackpot, 3% of all Kings bets goes to the King jackpot that pays players who roll a 0 when challenging either of the Kings. So when you challenge and you accidentally roll a 0, then if you challenge gold, you get 60% of the jackpot. If you challenge silver, you get 25%. If you challenge bronze, you get 10. If you challenge iron, you get 5. I did win when this thing was like at 50, 51, 52, I think. I won. But this thing got up to 60,000, I think, yesterday. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's just because it changed a little bit. But 60,000 yesterday, I believe, is what it was up to before somebody won. I think somebody won on bronze. So it's or maybe they won on iron. Either way, it's the jackpot is what tempts me the most. If this jackpot starts getting like 70,000, 80,000, it's gonna be real hard not to play at that point. I'm gonna see how it continues to go up, and I think this jackpot, by the way, as it continues to grow, if it continues to grow, I think that we're gonna see a lot more activity on Kings, a lot more upward pressure on the rate exchange, and when that happens, that's just going to give more opportunities to profit in TRX. Listen, I'm not here just to earn Blaze. I'm here to see if I can profit on TRX. That's what I'm attempting to do. And I've not seen any platform that's any easier. People say this is complicated. It is complicated. I'll admit, compared when you come look at it compared to like mining a dice game. That's true. But it is far less complex than the extraordinary strategy you have to learn to be able to be a Texas Hold'em professional. I know this because I've gotten hours of coaching before on Texas Hold'em. It's unbelievable at what those guys that are actually really good at Texas Hold'em, at how much they know and how much their brain can information they can hold and compute and calculate. That's beyond my intellectual capacity at this point in my life so far. Blaze, it's not nearly that complex. Roll low, sell high. And here's the thing. When it's low like this, freaking buy. Roll, buy, roll, buy, roll, buy. And limit your risk, because all those buys over 0.9723, and in 12 hours, I would bet anything will be over 0.9723. You're gonna get a chance to sell. The key is you need to be near your computer or have it on your mobile device to be able to sell. You're gonna be able to sell, and you're gonna be able to sell for a profit. And you're gonna sell for like a 3% profit on your buys. And if your rolls go well, that's awesome. You can profit without even having to wait for the price to go up. But I always expect to try to break even on my rolls, because I want to get as close to the house edge as possible, and I want to make my profits on my sales. Now, let's talk about PokerTron real quick while we're here, because it's ridiculous. I don't even know how to tell you. Oh, here's a simple strategy for Blaze. I'll come back to that. Simple strategy for Blaze. That's a good article. So, again, there's a link for Blaze down in the description. There's a link for Blaze down in the description. Come join us. Got questions? Ask these guys over here. I promise you, it's one of the friendliest communities. Even when we disagree, it's one of the friendliest communities in the ecosystem, period. Because guys always disagree on the mechanics and what should happen, what the devs. Oh, and here's another thing. The devs are freaking awesome. They are so responsive with questions, ideas. You can give them an idea. Don't mean they're going to do it, but they'll totally listen, and they'll totally bounce it off of each other and see what they think. Like it is one of the most responsive dev community I've seen. Period. All right. So let's talk about this for a moment. PokerTron. My number one issue with PokerTron is not that they're running behind on high-low. That's not it at all. My number one issue is the pathetic communication that they're giving. How easy would it be to change this to coming soon? Change it to another date. Change it to June 27th. This is unacceptable, as simple as it is. And then when you go into Telegram, they're not extremely responsive in there either. This game's not working. It's not coming out yet. Dividends. Oh, that's not going to be accurate. For whatever reason, that's just a glitch in the UI. Dividends are slow, which is fine. People are still playing poker, which is why I like PokerTron. And I don't mean that I'm totally hating on PokerTron, but I have never had such doubts in the platform. I've never seen such poor communication as I'm seeing right now. And that's what bugs me more than anything. Listen, I've worked with software developers before. Those guys are far smarter than me. And most of the time, it's like getting a new house built. Most of the time, they're going to miss deadlines. A lot of times, they're going to miss deadlines, or there's going to be bugs. That's fine. The issue is not that they're missing a deadline. The issue is that they're not freaking communicating. And that is absolutely frustrating. Let me freeze this while I'm here. Not that I'm going to be getting divs. Now, I think one of you said divs are going to show up. Did they ever pay out divs so far? Oh, no. I'm not playing Omaha. Martin, that's another form of poker. That's even more complex. Yeah. Martin, I don't know who you're talking about paying out divs. Both PokerTron and Blaze. Blaze pays out divs daily. PokerTron's paid out their divs on every. They pay out at the end of the mining stage. They paid out at the end of every stage. Yeah, PokerTron's pays out at the end of every stage. It just takes a long time for the stage. We're at 72% right now. And part of the hope was, I've got 8,000 Tron coming. Part of the hope was the high-low game was going to add a bunch of volume. And it would make that stage go a lot faster. That's not happened yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. So, PokerTron was where like that was my number one. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the first time I went to Blaze, Alpha One actually, and here's the one who told me about it. Alpha One's my buddy, and he told me about it. And he said you gotta check this out. And I looked at it, which you gotta know something about Alpha One. This guy, he's aware of every casino dApp before it pops. I mean, yeah, the BJ is terrible. I agree. The blackjack was terrible. But it was a great dApp model. I mean, it was a great dividend model they put in place at least, Martin. And in Telegram, they were talking about, they knew in Telegram, let me come back to this. So Martin got me talking. In Telegram, they said that they knew that this wasn't a perfect blackjack game and they were planning to update it. So there was good communication. I was fine with that. They had a great temporary dividend pool that paid out excellent. The dividends boosted in video poker. Again, I had no problem with that. I had no problems with that. That was awesome. They communicated well. But now, this lack of communication, it almost feels like somebody's asleep at the wheel or they've left their post. And neither one of those sound very good at all. At all. So that's frustrating. So now Alpha One tells me about, he's always telling me about some casino dApp. And I'm like many of you, I'm numb to it. I'm like, I don't give a damn about another dApp. Like, that's just going to be a dice game. Like, give me something unique about it, something that looks cool. Give me something that's different, right? I'm a big fan of Dragon Castle because it looks cool. I haven't played it a whole lot, but I go over there and just check their site because I want those guys to do something. I'm a fan of TronBet because they got development. Let's see if they can do something. I'm a fan of 888. I've always liked 888. Let's see if they can do something more. I'm just waiting for these guys to do something. So, but, when I see new ones, I get numb. First time you pointed out Blaze, I was at a seminar at a convention. I'm in the convention in my hotel room the first time he sent me something over, and I looked at it and I thought, okay, I rolled, had some bad luck, tried to do a little martingale on the machine, tried to do a little martingale strategy, got slaughtered really bad, had one of these crazy things here minus the greens, and I didn't know what to do, and I was like, that just sucks. And then I didn't understand how the rate worked. I thought it was a buy and sell, like the more you buy, the rate goes up, the more you sell, the rate goes down. That's how markets work. That's not how this rate works. And so I sold and I lost like several hundred Tron at the end of the day. And I thought, I don't get that. That's weird. That's complicated. That doesn't look like any fun. I didn't get it. Later on, I checked out Blaze again. And the main reason is because I had a couple Blaze tokens and I kept coming here looking at the dividends. I was like, man, their dividends, I had more than a couple. I think I had like maybe 50 or something. But I kept thinking, their dividends are kind of sweet. They're real consistent with that dividend over there. And I started watching people in the chat. I started reading all these little question mark bubbles. Then I kind of got the hang of it and I started playing a little bit more. And then I started realizing what was happening. And I realized how often it went over 1. And in fact, that was one of my very first questions over here. I typed, how often does the rate go over 1? And someone said several times a day usually. I thought, what? Is that real? And I started playing. I understood that I can have bad luck in the short term, good luck in the short term, but I also understood long term, make a lot of small bets. Eventually that luck equals out to the house edge, which was going to be 2 or 3%. I found out later the machine edge is 3%. And I knew I could get 3%, and I should be able to sell above 3% if I had a couple of chances to be able to do it. And so that immediately caught my eye. But here's what I did not anticipate. When you start playing Blaze, and this rate gets over 1, sometimes it stays over 1 for more than a couple minutes. Sometimes it goes up over 1 and back down. But it goes up. 2 nights ago, I was rolling. I was literally over here. I had 200. I had 20 bets. And I would hit bet. And as I were betting, I was over here going max, sell, max, sell, max, sell, max, sell. I mean, this thing stayed up for like 30 minutes. I ended up making like 30% in that short time period, or 20%. It was crazy. Plus, I ended up getting, when it was all said and done with, I ended up getting something crazy like 100 Blaze tokens. It was ridiculous. And the adrenaline rush, it is unbelievable. So here's the thing. Here's a funny story of my wife. Because I now consider myself a certifiable Blaze addict. I've never seen anything like this so far in the dApp space, period. I've seen a couple YouTubers talk about it. Trevon talked about it. But they didn't get it, just like I didn't get it the first time. They just didn't get it. And so I have alerts on my phone now. It took me forever to figure out how to get that stupid thing to work on my phone. And now it doesn't always work right. But I get an alert on my phone. I got my computer up. If I'm in the living room watching television, I got my computer screen up so I don't miss a chance to sell. Literally, I'm a hardcore addict. My wife doesn't get it, but my wife knows. Like I don't have to explain to her. Every now and again, I'll explain something to her about crypto. She'll just listen, and she really does listen and try to understand what I'm saying. But she doesn't like when all these new dApps, everything that I'm messing with. She's like, whatever, go for it. She doesn't care. My wife's awesome. Meaning she doesn't care about like finances or whatever. I've done really well for my family financially. I have my wife's financial trust. She doesn't care at all, at all. I've lost huge investments outside of crypto enormously, and I've made enormously over my lifetime. Most of that's in real estate. And she just doesn't. She has faith. She doesn't care. She's like, I got it. You know, whatever. And so that's kind of how she's with crypto. She's like, all right, you know, whatever's going on, you know, go for it. So I'm over here playing, and it's doing. You know, we were watching something, and I was talking to her on the couch, and all of a sudden I happened to glance up at my computer screen, and I saw a line that was nearly straight. It was like just a little ups and downs, and it was long. And then all of a sudden that thing went straight up, and she thought something was wrong. I was like, I jumped off the couch and I couldn't go fast enough because I had just moved from a recliner, and I had my computer sitting next to the recliner. I couldn't move fast enough to get over there. And it's because I had a bunch of points and I saw the price had popped up. Well, it had popped up from like, it had been stable all day and it popped up to like, I don't know, 1.03, 1.06. I sold, and that was the start of that 30-minute session. And I just kept sitting there saying, this is unreal. This is unreal. Because the price kept staying up. There was like only 3 or 4 people were rolling. It was late at night. Nobody else was seeing it. And we were just like killing it. And I was just like rolling, selling, rolling, selling, rolling, selling. It was crazy. And the blaze that I made. I mean, there are very few things that give that level. I've jumped out of airplanes before, and that's an adrenaline rush. Don't get me wrong. I bungee jumped. That's adrenaline rush. Don't get me wrong. But there are very few things that I can do that I'm not risking my life and have that kind of crazy adrenaline rush. It is unbelievable. But when it's over 1.03, now probably 1.05 with the new rate change, you can't not play. You are at a statistical edge. Can you lose points and lose Tron? Yes, if you have bad luck rolling. But if you're rolling at 1.05 and above, 1.05 is even money. There's no house edge, no machine edge. If you're rolling at 1.1, which we were at part of the time, that would be giving you a 5% house edge. Where else can you roll at a 5%? Where else? What dApp can you play with a 5% edge? What? Hey, Salvatore, thanks for being here, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Minotron's wife doesn't care. That's awesome. XRP. I think a lot of people are probably going to do that. I don't sell my tokens typically. I just hold them to see what happens because, you know, I'm still holding Tron. Wow, what a disaster that is. I'm still holding Tron. Wow, let's go over there real quick. Tron. And then I'll wrap this stream up. By the way, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Hit that like button. I'm just freezing I mean, what's the point to sell these things? They're almost useless. They've got plans, and you know that they still communicate. I'll give Tron Wild credit; they're communicating better than the PokerTron crew is. But they're still communicating, and they've got these plans to take over the world and become this amazing thing. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I doubt it, but I'll just hold your tokens just in case. I doubt it, but I'll hold your tokens. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to be watching this rate. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to sell here in the next. When I gotta sell. Got to sell in 3 hours. So hopefully I get a chance to sell. By the way, if you want to add time to the clock, you can. I think, I might be wrong on this, but I think it's every 100 Tron wagered gets you, every 100 Tron wagered gets you 20 seconds or 30 seconds added, which isn't a lot, but you can add some time to your clock if you wanted to. But in my case, I would have to sell at the low rate, which I did that yesterday and got lucky. I did that yesterday. I sold like 2,000 Tron worth, and then I rolled, and I actually rolled really well. So that was awesome. That worked in my favor. Long live the king. Gotti, someone come over. Dethrone this guy. Come on. Somebody dethrone him. Obviously, I'm biased when I tell you that because I want the rate to go up. But Gotti, I don't know. Gotti, we're going to go. I'm going to call you out, man. We're going to go check you out. All right, he's lost 47,000. That's not so bad. Meaning for what he's probably wagered. How much of his dividends? 1,000. God, he's not holding on to his tokens. He's selling his Blaze. So he's probably made it back in Blaze, but he's selling it. Let me just tell you something. I have no fucking plans to sell my Blaze. Do you hear me? None. So far, this is the most solid. I'm all about the passive revenue, if possible. This is the most solid DApp I've seen so far to date. The most responsive dev community. No way to pump or dump, manipulate the actual playing platform. There's no way not to. So it's a bit organic because you actually got to play it. It's a lot of fun. I've never seen a more fun DApp game yet. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on. I'm hoping the Blaze Economy crew. Listen, heck, for all I know, here's my vision. One day we might have professional Blaze players. Professional Blaze players. You hear me? Somebody said, they were driving down the road. Star, he said he was driving down the road coming home from work. He said, don't drive in Blaze. I thought he was talking about pot, but he was talking about Blaze Economy. Don't drive in Blaze. But we're gonna have what a badass name too, Blaze. But we're gonna have I could totally see, especially as the ecosystem picks up, especially as you add a new game that's adding upward pressure, giving you more chance to be able to sell, and more players coming in. And here's the thing, that's another thing. We see new players in chat all the time. There's only 566 players. This is ground floor. There's only, check this out. Where's it at? Dividends. There's only 137,000 Blaze mined out of 100 million. We are so early. The potential of this could be extraordinary. Doesn't mean it's going to be, but everything points to extraordinary. All right, I got to wrap this stream up. I got an appointment coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor. If you haven't done so already, at least come check out Blaze. Come watch it. Watch the dividends. Come talk with the community. Figure it out. If not, I give Gotti too much fame. Do you have a million TRX yet? No, Diesel Hound, I don't got a million TRX yet. I do not. Mind Tron, holding Tron, wow. Is it really? That's crazy. Me too. I hope Tron wow goes up, but we'll see. Do you have a million Tron? Nope, I don't have a million Tron. All right, fellas, thanks for being here. Come check out Blaze. There is a referral link in the description. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. I will be back sometime soon. Take care. And you'll see me chatting often in this Blaze Economy. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Out.